Welcome to this short BiteWISe video about the different routes available to you if you are thinking about publishing your journal article open access. So what is open access? Open access simply means that there are no barriers to anyone accessing or reading your article. It is often equated with publishing your work under a Creative Commons license. But the most basic definition of open access is the practice of providing unrestricted access to research outputs, meaning free and permanent online access. There are two routes to open access, gold and green. With gold open access, the published version of the article is made freely available. This route usually involves the author or their institution paying a fee, known as an article processing charge or APC. The journal itself may be fully open access, where all articles are freely available, or it may be a subscription journal where only some of the content is open. With the gold route, your article will be available for anyone to read immediately. The process is managed by your publisher, and once you've signed the license agreement and paid the fee, there is usually nothing else you need to do. If you would like to investigate the fully open access journals available in your subject area, you can browse and search for over 10,000 reputable open access publications via the directory of open access journals. The library can advise you on gold open access options for your article and choosing a suitable Creative Commons license. Alternatively, you can make your article available via the green route by depositing a copy in an open access repository. This might be an institutional repository, such as the Warwick Research Archive Portal, RAP, or a subject-specific repository, such as Archive or Europe PubMed Central. This route is free of charge for the author, so does not require payment of a fee, but it can be more restrictive than the gold route. Although some journals may allow you to deposit the published version of your article, it is more usual to be given permission to deposit the author-accepted version, that is, the version after peer review, but before copy editing and typesetting. Your publisher may also apply an embargo period, preventing you from making the free version available until a specified length of time has elapsed since initial publication. Some research funders, such as the UK Research Councils and the Wellcome Trust, require journal articles that report the findings from projects they have funded to be made openly available. Sherpa Fact is a service that allows researchers to check if the journal they are thinking of publishing in complies with their funders' policy. To check that the journal you are submitting your article to is compliant, search for the journal title and choose your funder from the list. For example, if you want to publish in the journal Chemical Communications, and you are funded by the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council, you can comply with their current open access policy by both the green and the gold route. The funders listed in Sherpa Fact have made funding available to pay open access charges, so you can publish via the gold route. The library currently administers these grants on behalf of the university. So if you are funded by any of these organisations, please visit the open access pages on our website and complete the online application form. If your funder does not appear on the list in Sherpa Fact, its sister service, Sherpa Juliet, provides details about the open access and data archiving policies of a much wider range of funding bodies. As well as complying with any policy your funder has in relation to open access, you will also need to make your article available openly if you are intending to submit it for the next Research Excellence Framework exercise. Complying with your funder's policy will not necessarily meet the strict open access requirements for the REF, so do make sure that you submit the accepted version of any journal articles or any conference papers that will be published with an ISSN to a compliant repository within 3 months of being accepted by the journal. The library has a team of experts available to help you with all of these processes. If you would like to submit an article to RAP, which is compliant for the REF, please complete the online form at warwick.ac.uk/IR submit. We will then check funder, publisher and copyright policies for you. Finally, don't forget that going open isn't just about compliance. There are many benefits to making your work open access, including increased visibility and discoverability for you, and better access to current research for independent scholars and researchers in countries where the cost of subscriptions may be prohibitive. So do think about sharing your research more widely wherever your publisher allows. Thank you for listening to this short guide to the routes to open access.